Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I've spent my career at the intersection of modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am truly pleased to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. In the world of hospitality, we know that creating a perfect guest experience is absolutely everything. But what happens when that experience is shattered in an instant by a simple accident? Today, we're diving into a critical evolution in hotel management: how artificial intelligence is being used to proactively prevent risks before they can turn into crises. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll pinpoint the single biggest hazard that hotels face every day. Then we'll look at the old way of dealing with it versus a new proactive approach. We'll introduce the AI that's making this all possible, see how it works both in the moment and for long-term strategy, and finally, we'll understand how it acts as a powerful shield for both your guests and your bottom line. All right, let's get right into it. In our industry, the hotel itself is our stage. It's where the magic happens. But that stage is also a place of constant potential risk. And among all the things that can go wrong, one stands out as the most frequent and, frankly, the most costly: simple slip and fall incidents. You know, this quote, it really hits the nail on the head. You, as future hotel leaders, will spend countless hours, days, even years perfecting a luxury guest experience. Every little detail matters. But all of that incredible work can be completely undone in seconds. A simple accident, and just like that, a perfect stay becomes a legal and financial nightmare. And what's wild is that the causes are usually the most mundane, everyday things. We've all seen them 1,000 times, right? A spilled drink in the lobby bar, a freshly mopped floor before the wet floor sign goes up, or just rainwater getting tracked in through the main entrance on a busy day. These seemingly small things are the ones that pose the biggest threat to everyone. So that's the problem. But how have hotels always dealt with it? Well, this brings us to a really fundamental shift in strategy. It's time to move away from just being reactive, waiting for something bad to happen, and towards being truly proactive. Let's break down why the old way just doesn't cut it anymore. The traditional method has always been manual inspections. A security guard does their rounds, a housekeeper checks their hallway. But here's the fatal flaw in that system. What happens if a hazard appears just 5 minutes after the guard has walked past? That creates this dangerous window of risk. It's a gap in time where a hazard is just sitting there, completely unseen, waiting for an accident to happen. And this really lays out the evolution perfectly. On one side, you have the traditional method, which, as we've seen, leaves that wide open window of risk. But on the other, you have proactive intelligence. This is where real-time AI monitoring completely changes the game by slamming that liability window shut. So, how in the world do we actually do this? How do we make this leap into proactive intelligence? Well, the answer is probably already installed in most hotels. It lies in turning one of your most common assets, your security cameras, into intelligent agents that can see, think, and act on their own. It's done with platforms like Spot AI. They use something called computer vision, which is really just a fancy way of saying we're teaching computers to see and understand the world just like we do. It takes a hotel's standard, existing cameras and gives them a major upgrade, turning them from just passive recording devices into active, intelligent guardians that are trained to spot hazards the very moment they happen. The way it works is beautifully simple, but it's incredibly powerful. First, the AI is just watching, constantly monitoring high-traffic areas. Second, and this is the magic part, its algorithms recognize what a hazard looks like. It can see a spill or debris on the floor. And finally, the most crucial step, boom, it sends an instant alert to the right staff members so they can take immediate action. But an instant alert, as amazing as that is really just the beginning. The power of this technology goes so much deeper. So now let's look at how this system evolves from being an immediate response tool into a long-term strategic asset that gives you incredible operational insights. Okay, look at this timeline. This is where it gets real. At 0 seconds, a drink spills. Within 5 seconds, the AI has already seen it and sent an alert. 10 seconds after that, staff is on their way. And in less than 2 minutes, the hazard is gone. Think about that. That window of risk we talked about, it just went from maybe an hour down to a couple of minutes. That is a game changer. Now, think about what this means from a legal perspective. This speed and documentation create an airtight, data-backed defense. You have a perfect digital record, timestamped, showing exactly when the hazard appeared and exactly when you fixed it.
It's undeniable proof that you are operating with an incredibly high standard of care, which is invaluable against fraudulent claims.
So that's the immediate benefit. But now let's zoom out and look at the long-term value. Over time, the AI system is collecting data and it starts to notice patterns. It identifies what we call hazard hotspots, those specific areas where incidents just seem to happen more often, like the lobby entrance when it's raining or around the busy coffee station in the morning. So what do you do with that information? You get smarter. You stop just reacting to spills and you start preventing them. Maybe you realize the flooring in one area is the problem, or you decide to install permanent drainage mats, or maybe you just need to reallocate your staff to be more present in the bar during happy hour. This is about making real, strategic changes based on hard data. Okay, let's bring this all home. When you put all of these pieces together, you realize this technology isn't just about safety, and it's not just about data. It's serving a powerful dual role. It's acting as both a financial and a physical shield for the entire operation. This is the key takeaway. On one hand, it's a physical guardian. Its whole purpose is to actively prevent your guests from getting hurt. And on the other hand, it's a financial shield, protecting the business from the absolutely staggering costs that come with litigation and claims. It's two sides of the same very valuable coin. And you know who else notices this kind of proactive approach? Insurance companies. Their entire business is calculating risk. So when a hotel can come to them and demonstrate with data that they are actively preventing accidents and have a digital record of everything, well, that fundamentally changes your risk profile for the better. You become a much safer bet. And what does being a safer bet get you in the real world? A very tangible bottom-line benefit: lower insurance premiums. By proving you're a safer, smarter operation, you can directly reduce one of your major costs. This is a system that can literally pay for itself over time. So this quote really says it all. This isn't just another cool gadget or a fancy camera. It's a fundamental tool for modern hospitality management. It's a physical guardian for your guests and a financial shield for your hotel. As you all move forward in your careers and become the next generation of leaders in this industry, technologies like this aren't going to be the exception. They're going to be the standard. So the question I'll leave you with is this: as AI continues to transform safety and the guest experience, what operational standard will you set for the hotels of tomorrow? Thank you.